The world had waited 36 years to see Argentina rise again to the very top of world football. When the 2022 FIFA World Cup kicked off in Qatar, the expectations surrounding Lionel Messi and his team were immense. This wasn't just another campaign for Argentina, it was a mission to redeem the heartbreaks of the past and to crown a player who had carried the dreams of his nation for nearly 2 decades. The story of Argentina's 2022 World Cup began not in Doha but in the years leading up to it, with a team slowly rebuilt under Lionel Scaloni after years of chaos, coaching changes, and near misses. Scaloni, who once served as an assistant, was handed the full-time job at a time when Argentina were fragile. His calm, understated leadership created something that had been missing since the Maradona era, a sense of unity and brotherhood. By the time the tournament began, Argentina had built an extraordinary unbeaten run stretching over 3 years. They had already lifted the Copa America in 2021 at the Maracanã against Brazil, an achievement that changed the mentality of the squad. That night in Rio had proven that Messi could win with Argentina, and it had changed how the team played for him. The group entered the World Cup confident, experienced, and tightly bonded. Messi, now 35, was in his final World Cup, and everyone around him knew it. From Emiliano Martinez's fiery passion to Rodrigo de Paul's relentless energy, every player spoke about playing for Messi as much as for their country. The first match against Saudi Arabia was supposed to be routine. Argentina were heavy favorites, and when Messi scored an early penalty, it looked like the start of a perfect campaign. The team dominated possession and scored 3 more goals that were ruled out for offside. But football has a way of humbling even the strongest teams. In just 5 shocking minutes after halftime, Saudi Arabia turned the game upside down. Salah Al-Shehri equalized, and then Salem Al-Dossari. The quarter-final against the Netherlands arrived with tension so thick it could be felt in the air. Both teams carried history into the match. Argentina remembered the heartbreaks of the past, and the Dutch wanted revenge for 2014. The Lusail Stadium glowed under the night lights as Messi led his team out, focused and calm. From the opening whistle, Argentina looked sharp. They pressed with energy and moved the ball with confidence. The Netherlands tried to control possession, but Argentina's midfield, De Paul, Fernandes, and Mac Allister, worked relentlessly to disrupt their rhythm. Midway through the first half, Messi produced a pass that defied logic. Surrounded by defenders, he paused for half a second, spotted Nahuel Molina making a run, and slipped a perfectly weighted through ball that sliced the defense in half. Molina took a touch and finished past Noppert. The crowd erupted. Messi raised his hands to the sky. It wasn't just an assist, it was a piece of art. Argentina's control grew stronger after the goal. Van Gaal's team tried to find space, but Argentina's defense, anchored by Nicolas Otamendi and Christian Romero, stood firm. In the second half, the pressure intensified. The Dutch began pushing higher, leaving gaps at the back. When Acuna was tripped in the box, the referee pointed to the spot. Messi stepped up, his face expressionless, and calmly rolled the ball into the corner. 2-0 Argentina. It looked like the job was done. Fans began to sing, waving flags, believing they were minutes away from the semi-finals. But the Netherlands weren't finished. Van Gaal threw on his towering forwards, Wout Weghorst and Luc de Jong, and switched to a direct, aggressive style. It completely changed the rhythm of the game. Argentina suddenly looked nervous. In the 83rd minute, Weghorst powered home a header to make it 2-1. The tension returned. The Dutch poured forward relentlessly, and Argentina began to lose control. Then, in the 11th minute of Stapa. The final at Lusail Stadium on December 18, 2022, carried the weight of generations. Over 88,000 people filled the stands, and millions more around the world watched as Lionel Messi, the boy from Rosario, stood on the pitch ready for the match that would define his life. On the opposite side, Kylian Mbappé waited to defend France's crown. It was not just a game, it was destiny meeting destiny. The anthems echoed through the stadium. Argentina's players sang with emotion, eyes closed, arms around each other. From the first whistle, they played as if the world depended on it. Argentina started like a storm. They pressed high, hunted the ball, and passed with sharpness. France, surprisingly flat, struggled to find rhythm. Every time Messi touched the ball, the crowd roared. De Paul chased every loose pass, Mac Allister controlled the tempo, and Di Maria, recalled to the starting lineup after missing much of the tournament, was electric on the left wing. He drove at defenders, his pace and control slicing open France's right side. The first moment came in the 21st minute. A fast break caught France unprepared. Di Maria beat Dembélé down the flank and darted into the box. Dembélé clipped his heel, and the referee pointed to the spot. Penalty to Argentina. The tension was thick, but Messi looked calm as ever. He placed the ball, waited for Lloris to move, and coolly rolled it the other way. 1-0 Argentina. The stadium exploded. Messi ran to the corner, smiling but composed, as if he knew this was only the beginning. France tried to react, but Argentina didn't let them breathe. Every pass was crisp, every tackle fierce. Then came one of the best goals of the tournament. Messi started the move near midfield, flicking the ball to Julian Alvarez, who found Mac Allister racing forward. Without hesitation, Mac Allister slid a perfect pass to Di Maria, who finished with elegance, curling the ball past Lloris. 2-0 Argentina. Di Maria fell to his knees, overcome with. When Gonzalo Montiel's penalty hit the back of the net, the sound that erupted wasn't just a cheer, it was a roar that echoed across continents. In Buenos Aires, millions poured into the streets, crying, laughing, hugging strangers. From Rosario to Córdoba, from small mountain towns to the coast, the entire nation seemed to explode in blue and white. Fireworks lit up the night sky. Cars honked endlessly. People climbed lampposts, waved flags, and sang the same song that had become the anthem of hope, Muchachos. Inside Lusail Stadium, Argentina's players could hardly believe what they had done. Emiliano Martinez screamed toward the fans, clutching the Golden Glove trophy. Di Maria collapsed again, sobbing in joy. De Paul, Fernandez, Alvarez, all of them crying, shouting, embracing anyone they could find. Scaloni, emotional and overwhelmed, sat down for a moment, eyes filled with tears. This was not only Argentina's victory, it was the reward for every sacrifice, every heartbreak, and every ounce of faith they had carried since the first whistle in Qatar. Messi stood still in the middle of the chaos, holding the trophy close to his chest. Around him, photographers pushed forward, players danced, and fans screamed his name. Yet he looked calm, peaceful, as though all the weight he had carried for years had finally lifted. Teammates took turns hugging him, some kissed his boots, others lifted him on their shoulders. For a few minutes, Messi simply looked at the crowd, soaking in the love that had once felt so far away. In the locker room, the celebration turned wild. Music blared, champagne sprayed, and players danced shirtless with the trophy. Videos later showed Messi sitting quietly with the Golden Cup in his hands, smiling softly while chaos raged around him. He had seen both sides of football, agony and glory, and now, he was at peace. Emiliano Martinez paraded the Golden Glove with his trademark humor, De Paul and Otamendi led chants, and the team sang.